Okay, so here are all the items I have to decorate. The only thing new this year is this pillow, if you guys watched my shop with me. But when I went out shopping, they just didn't have a lot out. They might now, but I had picked these up from Ross last year. I love that they're neutral and they have a gold detail in them, which really matches my house. So I have 2 of those. And then I keep these in my island just because these are breakable and I like to just keep all my pumpkins together. So I pulled them out, but these are all like my soft cushion ones. These are all like from the Dollar Spot or Dollar Tree at Target. So I love having those. And then like I said, this pillow, I love this guy, but I can't turn him around on camera. It actually has our last name on the back and I don't share that with you guys. So this is just the stuff I have to decorate with. It's not a ton, but at the same time it is. It's like 2 tubs of these. But we are gonna get to cleaning and decorating each space. Okay, so the first place we're gonna start is my front porch. I like to just do something little out here. If you followed our office makeover video, we ordered 2 rugs and we only needed 1. So I'm gonna try this one out here to see what it looks like. I have the pillow, but first I'm gonna blow off the front porch since I'm about to lay down that rug. Just in case you're new here or haven't figured it out, this is a marathon video, so I'm putting tons of videos together throughout the years of me decorating for fall. So you're gonna see all different houses, you're gonna see all different styles, just as I get that itch to switch. So if you can see right here, this is actually 2 houses ago. This is still one of my favorite houses. I actually like this one better than our past house. But I just wanted to get you caught up. So if you're confused, you will see different houses in this, but I just love seeing a ton of decorating videos together. It's so inspiring to me. And then you can see all the different ways I've decorated. There's gonna be tons of like DIYs in here and stuff like that. So if you need to do it on a budget, there's higher end stuff in here as well. So we're definitely gonna have fun and get motivated together.
Out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb.
Okay, so here is how the porch turned out. I love it. I love just the little bit pop of color, and what's funny is my Vivid side's orange, so it kind of ties in. But I'm loving this rug out here as well. It's from Boutique Rugs, and I actually have a coupon code with them, and it's good through the end of this month. And if you use ASH60, it's gonna get you 60% off your entire order, and they have like pillows and rugs and all that fun stuff, so definitely check them out. I love it with this rug too. This is from Hobby Lobby with the matching pillow from Hobby Lobby. I'll put that back out after the holidays. And then this blower is incredible. I love this. It's in my Amazon store. Now, some of you guys are going to be asking where Mr. Pumpkin is. If you've been around for a while, he comes out in October. So this is how it'll look for September. And then in October, you'll see me put Mr. Pumpkin out. Now that we have my front porch looking all nice and clean and festive, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on this space. So I'm gonna work on it just like I did the front porch. I'm gonna clean up, make sure it's nice and tidy, and then I'll start decorating.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away? Show us where we are. What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees gets undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes, until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are?
Okay, so while I was vacuuming, I noticed I have a spot here. It's either spaghetti or pizza sauce or something, and you guys always ask how I spot clean. So I thought I'd show you a little hack. So anytime I just spot clean, I like to just use hot water with soap. So dish soap, hand soap. Normally I just use like my Method or my Dawn, but I've been following this like Go Clean over on Instagram. You guys have probably already heard of her. I'm like late to the party, but she uses Tide for everything. Not like liquid Tide, but powder Tide. And so I bought this and been using it and loving it. So I'm just gonna get my rag wet with hot water and then kind of make a paste with this stuff on it, and it's gonna come right out, and there's no telling how long that's been over there. Like, we haven't had any type of food like that this week, so it's been over there for probably a good week. So let me show you how I can clean it.
Dancing with the shadows on the bedroom wall, silhouettes of memories that I can't recall, trying to be ready for the call, trying not to fall, ready for the landfall.
Okay, and just like that, it came out. I'll take this rag and just do that with any other spots I know. I just kind of carry it around and wipe it out, but it always cleans it so well and just quickly.
Slow to win this human race, gotta travel light through this desirable maze. The miles I leave in traces on my face, signs of falling grace, filling up the empty space. But heaven knows I'm getting so much better every day. Yeah, baby, can't you see? It's easy as ABC. We will carry one another on this path, yeah. Even though my feet are barely finding solid ground, I'm getting much closer now. We'll find a way somehow. We prepare one another to the landfall, until the landfall. We're rolling way too fast to just enjoy the ride. Feeling too much hunger to stay bona fide. Lonely in a crowd we abide. Petrified, we could be unified. But heaven knows
what I should do, and I wish you would be right here with me. My mind is filled with pictures of when we used to dance, but now I don't know where you are. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late.
Okay, so here is how the living room turned out. I think it's perfect. I think it's festive yet very subtle at the same time. So I feel like I always do this little cluster here every year, but I always just love how it looks over there. The pillows look great. I want to say last year I got those for like $12.99 at Ross. They were a really good deal, and I just love how they add a little bit of pumpkin in here, but it's not super crazy. So now we're gonna move on to the next part of the house, which is like my dining room. This kitchen needs to be clean, and I still want to do my guest bathroom as well. So let's get to working on these spaces.
I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. My heart keeps on bleeding. I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you. It's my fault, I messed it up, and I should have treated you much better, so much better. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, I know it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you. Tick tock, the clock keeps ticking. Don't know what I should do. I wish you would be right here with me. I'm thinking of you, thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, wondering if you're thinking about me too. Now it's too late, now it's too late. I'm out of time, but I'm still thinking of you.
Okay, so I love to do like pumpkin clusters on cake stands. You can do white, you can do clear. This used to just be a clear glass, and I spray painted at the bottom of it gold. So I like to use this a lot. I had it over here with my soaps, but there's just something about pumpkins on it. If you're trying to save money, use your old pumpkins, go to Goodwill. I buy orange pumpkins. This is how bad of a DIYer I am. I don't even spray paint the bottom or paint the bottom. I just had old paint from the house, and I just painted this on with a brush. If you have extra spray paint, see that? You can paint these any color you want. So if you want like white or gold or black, if you're going super modern, you can just do whatever you want. So if you find any pumpkins that you like that are affordable, just grab some paint and paint them. But now I'm gonna go ahead and just make a little pumpkin mountain right here.
I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others. You said my...
Okay, so this is what I mean by a cluster. I just think it's fun and adds a lot of like festive pumpkin, but it's not like all over the place. I can still clean around it easily. So this is all the stuff I have left. So I still have a few more places to decorate, but I'm gonna finish cleaning up this kitchen first.
You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you. You make me smile, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors. Like the moon is the snow, we don't care about the others. You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day.
Okay, I'm almost finished. I need to work on the guest bathroom though. I like to put a few things out in there just so if company comes, which I know company's not coming because of everything, but I still like to have it decorated for Savannah. I feel like these are really cool to pick up. These are always in the Target dollar spot. I want to say they're like $2 or $3, but they're jack-o'-lanterns. But do you see that? They change colors in there. So I typically stick these in her room, especially with the design we just did in her bedroom. If you haven't seen that makeover, definitely go back a few videos. It's like a speed clean, cook, and room makeover. But I'm gonna stick these in her room as well because she'll love these at night.
You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every
So I just have a few more pumpkins left, but I almost forgot to pull out my little cupcake stands. I love setting these like individual tiny little pumpkins on them. So I might add these to a few spaces and work on my island a little bit since I did have a few leftovers.
You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
Still remember when you walked into the room. Think I knew right then that it was always you. Something in your eyes, it was all so true. Every step I took, they all led to you. We were young and running free. We were never meant to be, but I could not see you go. 'Cause of you, don't wanna waste another minute without you. And I will love you in the dark. And if you ever fall out, please don't leave me out. 'Cause I will love you till I'm gone. If you just hold on. If you just hold on.
Okay, now that I have the house clean and picked up like I like it, I'm gonna start pulling out just the pumpkins and the few things I have from last year.
I wanna put you in that spotlight, looking at you all night, all night. I'll sing until my lungs give out. You're beautiful.
Okay, so here is everything that I have. It doesn't look like a lot, but for me, I was like, whoa, that is more than I thought, because I do not put a ton out. This stuff's all from the Target dollar section. I want to stress that you guys don't have to spend a ton of money on seasonal decor. Most of that was all $1 a piece. These were $1 a piece from Dollar Tree. I've had them a few years, but they're still there. This basket's from a garage sale. I want to say this is from the Target dollar spot as well, and then the green part is a different like banner, so those are two different things combined. If you have old pumpkins that you like but you don't like the color, a few years ago I just went ahead and painted these like a cream white. You can spray paint them if you want to. Actually thinking of that now, I have gold spray paint out my garage, so I'm definitely gonna, I may spray paint these guys. I may like take these off and spray paint some gold ones to put into my house, since I have so much gold in here now. That's what I'm definitely gonna do. I may even spray that basket. I'm getting excited. Last year I didn't love these because of the gold. I didn't have gold in my house, and I'm so glad I didn't paint them because that will go well. And then this was a gift given to me by a dear friend slash subscriber. And then I saved my candle from last year because I didn't finish it off. I didn't know I had that, or I would have already been burning it. And then I used this greenery last year. I don't think I will, just because I have my real plants now and I love those. So this is what I have. I'm gonna go ahead and take some pictures of the house, so when I'm out looking, if I see a sign or just something that I'm like, would that work or would it not? I like to have updated pictures of my home, of the spaces, so I kind of know what I'm working with. So I'm gonna snap a few pictures and then we'll head out.
I got this feeling like it's starting now, starting now. I feel adventurous with you, and there is nothing that can hold us back, hold us back. For better or worse, we should stay together. So let's stay young and in love. We should focus on us forever. Yeah, baby, if you are feeling like I do, we could run away across the ocean. Baby, what you say? We can leave today. Anywhere we'll go, we'll be alright.
Okay, I'm having a hard time deciding. Let me know. Do you like it like this? Or this? I don't know if this is too busy. At least this pillow has gold in it, and so it brings in the gold in this one. But then this one, it just adds the texture of the fluffy pillow. So let me know down below in the comments section which way I should do it.
I've tried, written down the words to say it is time. I've been waiting 5 days to explain how you make me feel inside. Baby, got it all figured out, wanna do this right. There's no doubt in my mind, baby, you're the one. And tonight, I am going all the way.
Okay, when I'm trying to do a cluster of something, I get really weird, and I feel like it gets unorganized and it looks like clutter. I try to put it on a cake stand so it's kind of like somewhat defined and has a purpose. So that's what I did with this one. This cake stand's from Target and it's just from like the party section, but I always feel like that's really cute. I don't know if I'm going to set this one out, but just to give you guys an idea, you can put it in like a basket and just throw everything in there. But it looks like more of it like has a purpose. You could like rearrange these a little bit better so they're not so much like next to their similar one. But that is a good way to decorate if you have a lot of the same item.
The things I would say now, I keep rambling on. I sound so cliche. What I am trying to do is say I love you. Ooh, 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 and all the things that you do. Ooh, ooh, sounds like a fool, 'cause when you touch my hair, the words goes away. What I am trying to do is say I love you. You don't know how I shiver inside. Doesn't show, but my nerves are inside out. It's because you're not worth less than perfection.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part, and welcome to my Fall Decorate With Me 2021. I'm so excited to finally be starting this video. I was just dragging my feet last week. It was just so hot here, and I didn't want to put fall up until it cooled off, but then I remembered that I live in Oklahoma, and it's not going to cool off until it's like dead of winter. So I went ahead and broke down and started decorating, and honestly, I'm so thankful that I did, because it just makes it feel more fallish even if it is blistering hot outside. So I decided just to bring fall to me, and it does. When I'm inside, it feels like fall and it makes me happy. So if you're ready for fall but it's too hot outside, I say just do it and you can just live in your happy place. But as you can see, I'm starting to pull all of my decor out. When the season gets close, or the holiday, or the birthday, whatever I'm decorating for, I have Chase get down my tub so I can see what I have and what I need to buy. Then when it comes to decorating, I pull it all out, and I like to display it if I don't have too much, just so I can see what I'm working with.
For somebody just like you, hoping, praying, run away to something new.
I will will also be sharing a few DIYs in today's video. So if you have some pumpkins that no longer match your decor, or you grabbed some from a garage sale or maybe Goodwill, or some got donated to you, whatever the reason, if they're not your style anymore, do not toss those because I have a really quick fix for you. Oh, and just one more tip, I like to keep my tubs that the colors match the holiday. Then when my husband's getting up to grab the tub down, he knows orange is for fall, red and green is for Christmas, blue is for Easter, and so on, and it just makes life a little bit more simpler. Right now, I'm giving you just a quick look at everything I have. So some of this is new, some of this is used, some of it's even DIY. You guys are gonna see those here in a little bit, like I mentioned. But the first place I like to start decorating for some reason is always my front porch. It kind of gets me going, it gets me excited. It's a pretty simple place to start. Like there's not much to do out here other than like sweep it, change the rug, change the pillow. Sometimes I change the wreath. So just starting somewhere easy will kind of motivate you to get the rest of it done. I always like to sweep before I put down new mats and rugs, and I like to shake them out really well. I just feel like it's just a nice, fresh, clean way to start, and this is people's first impression when they walk in your home, so I'm constantly sweeping my porch and just trying to keep it tidy. We have lots of work to do in this front space. Like both of these flower beds need to be worked on, but with the reno going on at the other house and everything's out of stock, I'm just like putting it off for now. But I'm gonna put out the new rug. I'm so happy I found this. I wanna say I found it from like Ross. I'm not 100%, but I think it's Ross. And then this is a pillow I've had for a few years I'm putting down here. I don't love it, but at least it adds a little bit of fall. But I do wanna take a moment just to remember our fallen soldiers and their families. So that's what we're gonna do right here.
I see that it's tough now, but trust me, yeah, trust me. I know that we will make it through the storm, 'cause you and me been fighters since we were born. It's all over our bodies and hearts. Yeah, you and me been fighters right from the start.
I know our freedom doesn't come free, so thank you to all the military families and soldiers out there protecting us.
I can't let you go, baby. I just wanna tell you that. No. Yeah. All of my friends say, girl, you better take care, 'cause that man is trouble.
Okay, whew, I need a moment to regroup. Now we're gonna head back inside and I'm gonna work on my entryway. So my entryway is another space that I love to decorate, because in my last house I didn't really have one. So I really just love working on this space and I'm so thankful for it. So I'm gonna work on this and regroup a little bit more, and then I'll be back in a second.
I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out alone.
I picked up these pumpkins from Home Goods and I love them. I love that they're not perfectly round. I love they're just a little different. I don't know. I loved like the color of them, the style of them. So I picked up 3. I sat out 2 at first and then I ended up removing one and just left 1 out. And I love how simple it looks. You still feel fall. It still looks like fall. So just keep that in mind when you're decorating. You do not have to spend a ton on decor. Sometimes just setting one thing out is almost better. So just remember, sometimes less is more. Okay, but now we're going to talk about our first DIY project. So this is something I kind of found what I wanted on Pinterest. Like I saw this cute pumpkin with greenery and I thought, okay, we can make that ourselves. So I ran to Hobby Lobby and bought the pumpkin and some greenery. You can put whatever you want in this. If you want flowers, if you want to like carve this out and put like a vase in there and have real greenery, go for it. That's definitely not what I'm doing today, but I want to show you what we did do. I had Chase cut a hole out of the top and cut the top off. Remember to keep that hole pretty small because you don't want to see it when you put your greenery in. Now you could add more flowers or greenery, but if you're just wanting like a simple look, keep that pretty small. And then what's nice is I showed you the inside. It's all styrofoam, so you can just push down the greenery into it and it's going to stay. It's not going to move. It's not going to budge. So you can decorate it any way you want to, but I'm super happy with how this turned out. So I'm just shortening these a little bit. I was driving Chase crazy because you can bend it back and forth and it'll eventually break, but he was wanting me to use watercolors. So that's why I grabbed that and they did work a little bit faster. So you guys know I'm not huge into color, so I love if I can make a season go with my home style. If I put a ton of color in here, like oranges and yellows, it just wouldn't last long. I'd have it down in a week. So I really enjoy fall decor though. So just mixing those together and making the space work for you, that's what I'm all about. So if you want color, grab it. If you don't, make it work for you. Now I'm gonna start working on our guest bathroom. I always love to tie in whatever holiday or season into our guest bathroom. I feel like they're gonna go in there, they're gonna use it. I wouldn't put it in my bathroom because I'm in there every day, but I feel like it's just a fun way to add it into a space that isn't gonna drive you crazy. So here is a look at what it started, and then we'll decorate it and I'll show you how it ended. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our next DIY because I am loving these black pumpkins. So you guys know I'm adding black through my entire house, and I thought, how am I gonna incorporate that into my pumpkins? And so I grabbed all the pumpkins out of my bin that I used the previous years that I didn't like the color anymore. The gold was either off, I used some green, and I don't want to have to rebuy pumpkins every year. Plus there's not a lot of black pumpkins out there. So I thought I'm just gonna make it myself. So some of these already had greenery in it. You could definitely just add it to the top if they're like styrofoam. Those gold ones are styrofoam, so I could actually shove it down in there. You could hot glue some on, but I had picked up those from Target's Dollar Spot like a few years ago, so I just covered them up with Walmart sacks. And I'm gonna grab some spray paint, and I grabbed flat. So if you can find a matte or a flat, that's what's gonna be best. If you were to make these super shiny, I feel like they'll go more Halloween haunted house. So definitely stick with a matte or a flat. If I could have found a matte, I would have grabbed it, but like I could not find that much spray paint around here. I guess everybody's spray painting right now. So So when you're doing your first coat, don't think you have to get every square inch of it. You'll hit it on the second time because you want to do a real thin layer and let it dry and then go do your second coat. So right here, the first layer's dry. You can see it's more of a flat base. It's not as shiny as like when it was wet. And then I'm going to go back through and do my second coat. I've never needed a third coat when spray painting, especially if you're going dark like this. So just go thin, let it dry quickly, and then go back and do another coat. It seriously will take under 15-20 minutes to do all of it. Like, it dries super fast, and then you'll have some super edgy pumpkins if you're going black. If not, maybe you want the gold, maybe you want white, maybe you want orange or brighter orange, or maybe you want purple. Definitely just pick whatever color you want, and that'll save you so much money because you can grab those from the Dollar Tree or the Dollar Store and Target or garage sales. Run to a Hobby Lobby, go to a Goodwill, like thrift stores, anything like that. You can get them super cheap and then just paint them to match your style.
All my friends say, help me out. Everything's better now. I'm finding my way back somehow. What if we got in a van, left for the coast? Wouldn't it be simple then? Find perfect peace.
So as you can see here, it doesn't take much to bring in fall decor. You can do this with Christmas, you can do this with summer, you can do this whatever you're trying to pull in the style. Maybe it's even just with your normal decorating. Maybe you like the beach, you can bring a little flavor of beach into your life. You don't have to go all in. Just small little touches add up, and I feel like they almost stand out even more when it's simple like that. Now we're gonna head on to the kitchen. This is actually my fruit bowl, but it was empty and we needed to go to the grocery store, but I actually took it over with pumpkins. So if you have like a fruit bowl like this, you can definitely make it super cute. I picked up some pumpkins from Hobby Lobby. The bags were like, I wanna say like $9.99 each. And then of course they're half off because it's Hobby Lobby. That's why I love them. And I'm just gonna pile them up in here. And I loved that they were all the same color and they looked the same. They matched my decor. But it was still fall. I don't know. I think my house was made for fall. That's what I'm starting to decide.
All around, white knuckles, ain't go now. All my friends say, help me out. White knuckles, on the way down. But our friends are all around. White knuckles, ain't go now. All our friends say, help us out. Everything's better now. I'm finding my way back somehow. Everything's better now.
The best tip I can give you guys when you're decorating is use what you have. Like, shop your house. I was looking for different like baskets and stuff to put these in, and when I was at Hobby Lobby, they were like $20 to $30 a piece. You guys probably all have cake stands in your cabinets. You have baskets. You have all sorts of white bowls from serving. Use what you have inside those cabinets, and putting a ton of pumpkins in them, it just brings it together and it makes it look all uniformed and it makes it look like a piece of art. I threw some pumpkins down here by this mirror and plant, and I love it. Once again, it just goes back to that simplicity of just putting a few pumpkins somewhere and it'll look beautiful. You don't need a ton. You don't need to go out and buy tons of brand new pumpkins. Just use what you have. So I went back to this platter. I wasn't going to use it since I had done the fruit bowl, but it kept catching my eye over there on the coffee table. So I'm going to tweak it a little bit and add some black, and then I'm going to take it over to my dining room and put it on my kitchen table, and I absolutely love how it turned out.
For real, I need to show you right now. Take a look at me now. I can't explain for the life.
So there is not one expensive pumpkin right here. Most of these are from the Dollar Spot or the Dollar Tree. almost every single one of those. So these are all super affordable. I also had it like cascade down onto my table. I felt like it was almost as if like a waterfall was going down, but it was a waterfall of pumpkins. So this is the most things you'll ever see on my kitchen table, but I feel like it just works well. And then when you're putting all these pieces onto a cake stand, it also makes it easier to clean. So every time we eat here and I need to wipe down the table, it's not like a ton of work to move the pumpkins. I can just pick up the cake stand, clean it, and then put it back.
Yeah, we're walking on cloud nine. I've been a fool to live without your love. It's like I've been waiting around for you. Why did you take so long to come to me? Maybe you were waiting around.
Right here, I wanted to show you just a few options. Once again, this is just a cupcake stand from the Target dollar spot. They are $1. Anytime you see them, grab a ton. They ever make great gifts. But just by switching out the pumpkin, you can get so many different looks. So I wanted to share that with you.
I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me, and we're walking on cloud nine.
These were the only fall pillows I could find. I have searched a million stores. They all have orange in them. They have browns. There's lots of like creams and tans, and they just did not go with my sofa. So when I found these gray ones, I was super excited. But as you're gonna see later, I didn't even end up using them there. I just do not like color on these sofas. I feel like everything needs to stay super ivory. So you're gonna see me mess with them here in a second, and then you're gonna see where they actually belong. And as of today, they are still there.
I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me, and we're walking on cloud nine. Wide awake and expected, all take is to celebrate what my heart is.
I decided to take one of those pumpkin pillows and put it right here next to my fireplace, and I love it. Like, it makes the fireplace just really cozy, and now it has like the pumpkin up top, and then it's got the cozy pillow down below. And then I was trying to decide what I was going to do with the other one, and I took it into my laundry room and messed with it for a little bit. It took a little bit to figure out how I was going to do it, but so happy where both of these pillows ended up.
The great yellow sun is reflecting in your deep blue eyes. The day has begun. You spin around, you laugh to yourself, and I see you shining.
Now that I see this gray pillow in here, that black one is not coming back. I'm gonna have to find a gray pillow that's similar to this, but not fallish or have a pumpkin on it, because I'm just loving the vibe of this room.
Get rid of all your sorrows in the summer city. You'll never feel alone as long as you're with me. Get rid of all your sorrows in the summer city. There's no place on earth I would rather be.
I picked up this sign from Hobby Lobby. I want to say it was like 60 bucks and then half off. But I just love the saying. It says, fall is proof that change is beautiful. So many of us fight change, and it can be such a beautiful thing. Just look at all the amazing seasons we get to experience. And I loved layering it up here in my fireplace. I don't know that the clip's doing it justice, but it looks amazing. But now we're gonna head outside because I had to pick up some mums. And once again, I had filmed this on another day that I had picked them up just because I bought them and I didn't want to kill them. So I had to hurry and get them in the pots. But all of our like summer flowers had died. I had ripped them out a few weeks ago and it just looked so bare. So when all the mums came out, I was so excited to grab them. Typically I would do like orange, but like the only mums we have here are yellow or the ugly Boomer Sooner crimson, and I'm not putting OU colors in my house. So I love to have Go Pokes orange, but we went with yellow instead.
Summer city, there's no place on earth I would rather be.
Also, the only place that you'll really see me use color is outside because I love pops of color out there and my cleaning products. Other than that, everything is pretty much super neutral.
You'll never feel alone as long as you're with me. Get rid of all your sorrows in the summer city. There's no place on earth I would rather be.
I gotta love, love. I gotta love, love. I gotta love, love. I gotta love. Some people say
I love adding bright, beautiful flowers to these pots. I feel like it just completes it. I definitely want some more for our front porch, but I think I'm gonna hold out and see if we can get any orange in before I do that. But here's just a look at it in the evening time. I love sitting out here. It is just so calming and relaxing. But now we're gonna head back inside and I'm just gonna take you through each space that we decorated today so you can see just the final look and how it turned out.
love, love. I gotta love, love. I gotta love. I gotta love. Some people cool, some people try to get.
Another thing I like to decorate with when it's fall are cozy blankets. So I need to get a new one, but this one I already had on hand. It doesn't match my style a ton, but it is the coziest blanket, so I always like to have that out. It's always in my nightstand dresser, but I pulled it out and it is just so nice to sit down and already have a blanket there. So if you're trying to fall up your house and you don't have a ton of pumpkins, you can do it with a blanket, you can do it with candles. You can definitely just set the mood in different ways, just whatever works best for the flow of your house.
I gotta
This is the rug I keep underneath my doormat, and I feel like it just adds some interest and texture and drama, but it was getting pretty dirty. I'll like use one side, and when that gets dirty, flip it, and then once both sides are dirty, I just like to throw it in the washer, and it always comes out nice and new. And I feel like this is just a fun way to add some personality. So if you want to pop a color down there or a certain pattern, maybe like leopard, you can do that as well. And then the next thing I did, I grabbed my husband. We haven't had to mow in a while because things are cooling off here, but he was needing to edge, so I had him do that real fast. Anytime you're decorating, much less decorating on a budget, it's definitely good to just like declutter, clean things out, edge, do whatever you have to do. And it's gonna make such a big impact for $0. So keep that in mind. I'm showing you here that Chase is still edging, but if you see the sky, it's like beautiful sunny on one side and then like stormy and cloudy on the other. So I was trying to push through this video as fast as I could to make sure I could finish it before that rain hit.
On our tiptoes, undercover, agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond dawn. A bigger scale, the world inhales as we go.
Now that I've moved everything off the porch and Chase is finished edging and I've like dusted the door and the swing and all that, I'm gonna go ahead and blow. I really like to sweep most days. I find it very calming and it's very relaxing and it's a nice little arm workout. But like I said, I didn't know if that storm was gonna hit, so I just grabbed our blower and used that real quickly.
Beyond gravel, beyond dawn.
And right here, you can already tell the difference that it has made. I haven't done anything to this space other than to clear everything off and tidy it up. And that alone, if you're on any tight budget, will definitely help your inside or your outside of your house.
Beyond gravel, beyond all.
Okay, so if you're new here, you're about to meet Mr. Pumpkin. If you've been around here since I've started or even last year, Mr. Pumpkin goes up every year. I had a Mr. Pumpkin growing up, and so when I got married and got a house, my mom got me the Mr. Pumpkin head. She got one for my sister as well, and we just carry on this tradition. And I love when you guys send pictures of you guys creating your Mr. Pumpkin. So if you ever do this, send me, email me, tag me over on Instagram. I'd love to get it. But all I do is take an old, like this is Chase's old clothes. So those were his jeans. That's a shirt, and I just stuff it. And then you're gonna see how I use it to decorate here in a little bit. And then I'll use his boots as well. And just so you know, Mr. Pumpkin is very friendly and very nice. If you look up in the sky, you can see those beautiful blue skies are gone and that storm is rolling in. But I was excited for this year because this was the first fall we were getting to put Mr. Pumpkin here at this house. And normally he has like a sofa or a chair on the front porch, but this year we have a swing. So I was trying to decide, was I gonna let him kick his feet up? Was he gonna sit up like normal? I really wanted him to like have his feet kicked up on the swing, but his legs just did not look realistic that way. He just looks so real when he's sitting like a normal person, and I feel like this is the best security you can have because even though Mr. Pumpkin's really friendly, I think he freaks a lot of people out.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
To finish your Mr. Pumpkin man off, just in case you do something like this, definitely add some boots or some type of shoes. And then I also add gloves as well, like work gloves you'll see here in a second. And definitely take time to stuff those gloves. And if you'll get it down into the fingers, it makes his hands look real if you're going for a very realistic pumpkin man like I do.
Have this feeling.
I'm just realizing that Mr. Pumpkin actually needed his clothes steamed, but he was half stuffed from last year, so that didn't happen. Maybe I'll do it next year, or maybe just the sun will help. But now we're gonna move on to the next project, and one of my viewers sent me this link or this post that somebody did, and I loved this mat. I even looked at buying it, but the majority of them were sold out, and the size that was available was gonna be close to like $65 after shipping, and I thought, no way, I can do that myself. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right here. If you don't own one of these machines yet, you need to do it. It's gonna save you so much money in buying like personalized items for yourself. And it would save you even more money if you'll start using it for gifts. Like, think how many doormats you could give to like teachers and coaches and friends and wedding gifts and baby showers. I don't know. I feel like it's endless. I don't know anybody who couldn't use a new doormat, especially if it's like customized for them. I just think this is such a cool thing to do. So if you watch the clips above, I'm going to show you step by step so you can see the whole process just in case you don't have one. I will say this is like intermediate level with all the words that are on it. So if you're a beginner, you may just start with like hello or welcome or boo, and then maybe work into this one next time. But it turned out so well, and I don't feel like I'm even intermediate level. I feel like I'm a beginner and I still pulled it off. So I'm so excited to show you how this one finishes out.
You go to my head, 'cause I know I'm dealing with the devil, but I'm standing with my heart in your hand, and I'm too deep into
I also feel like if you're ever gonna buy one, this is a time because all the holidays are coming up. So you guys have Halloween if you guys need to make anything. There's Thanksgiving and you can like personalize your place settings or get your house organized because family's coming over and you're creating labels, or there's like Christmas gifts or Christmas wrapping and you can make it special. And then there's Valentine's Day. There's like always something coming up for the next couple months. So if you're like on the edge, I say do it, and you're probably gonna save yourself so much money in gifts, and then you're gonna have really personalized gifts. So it's gonna save you money and it's gonna make it even more special. So right here, you're really seeing it come together. I was making sure everything was gonna fit. Make sure you're measuring that before you're like printing it out. That's really easy to do. But now I'm gonna get this stuck to the actual mat so then I can spray on it. I do want to mention the spray paint I'm using is not spray paint. It's called Flex Seal, and basically it's going to help you out so much. First off, it's like a rubber, so over time spray paint's just going to rub off if people are rubbing their feet on it, but supposedly this stuff's going to hold up like longer than the mat itself. And then I also noticed it didn't bleed as bad. Sometimes when I see other people make these mats, it bleeds really, really bad. This held up really, really well. It was super affordable. The can's gonna last me forever. I can make like a gajillion mats out of that one bottle. So keep that in mind. It was definitely worth buying that product versus black spray paint, and I like love black spray paint. So definitely check out the Flex Seal. You're gonna see me right here. I'm staying directly on top of it. I don't wanna spray at an angle because it will go underneath it. So try to stay as much on top of it as possible when you're spraying.
Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in the wilderness. We never need a plan. We'll be alright, just you and I. Singing from the top of a
Now that I'm finished spraying it, I want that liquid rubber to dry a little longer, so I'm going to take you to the front and then we'll come back and check on this a little later. Okay, so it got sunny. The storms finally went away, so there's going to be a lot of shadows. Here is everything I picked up to decorate with the porch. I'll show you guys the mat when it's finished, but it's drying in the back. I went ahead and picked up these plant stands just because I don't have any stairs here to like layer it, so I thought that would like get some off the ground and kind of rise them, and I got two different sizes. They're from TJ Maxx. This one was 15, this one was 10, and then all of these pumpkins. So the orange ones I've got from Aldi because they were like $2.69. You cannot beat their pumpkins, and if you're on a tight budget, just get them and spray paint them whatever color you want. And then these 4 matching white ones were from Walmart, and then all the rest of these were from Reese's. So let's see what we can do. I've never got to decorate the space for fall, so I'm curious to see how it turns out.
You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause
Keep in mind, if you don't love like the black planter stand, you could spray paint those any color you like. You could also use baskets, hay bales. Look around your house and see what you have. You can definitely get creative with this. This was just kind of what I came up with since I don't have stairs, and I did want to get some of those pumpkins elevated. You could also throw some mums out here. Currently in Oklahoma, there's like no white mums, and I found like one and they weren't bloomed yet. So I haven't picked any up, but that would definitely help add to your fall vibes. So if you can find those in your area, definitely grab some.
will be whole again. I want to remember all that happened to us. 'Cause
The one tip I can give you when I'm decorating is I always rearrange something and then I stand way back and look at it to see what it looks like, and you'll see me do that over and over. But sometimes when you're just looking at something up close, it looks good, but when you stand back further, you're like, wow, that doesn't make sense. So definitely do that anytime you're decorating. And then here's the after, but don't get too attached because I actually am going to rearrange this here in a little bit. feel like now that I added the pumpkins, the front porch is really starting to come together, but I wanted to run back to my backyard because I was dying to see how this doormat turned out. Just in case you're curious and wanting to do a project like this, I found this doormat for $10 at Target, but if you're near an IKEA, I know they're way cheaper. So pick up some of those from IKEA. Go to my link down below in my description box, grab one of these machines. There's even the Cricut Joy, which is actually my favorite. It's perfect for making labels and smaller projects, and it's more budget friendly, so keep that in mind if you're not ready to like dive all in. But I am so happy with how this mat turned out, and I can't wait to show you.
Say it out loud. Pray for me while I pick up the pieces, turning things around.
Okay, I'm gonna show you how I decorate the mat here in a little bit, but while it dried just a little bit longer, I didn't want to move it yet. We're gonna move on to some lighting on my front porch. So I found out about these from my neighbor, and basically they're dawn dusk light bulbs. So you can see right here, compared to my original ones, they look pretty much the same. You can buy any type of brightness you want, but we took out all the original ones and put these in, and then you turn on your light switch and you just leave it on. So when it's bright outside, they turn off, and when it turns dark, they turn on. We're so bad about remembering to turn lights on or turn them off, and it drives Chase and me crazy, and so this was like the best invention ever.
Sometimes I lay them on you, but hear me out and give me a chance to say it out loud. Pray for me.
I was just gonna add them to our garage lights, but the box came with 10 and we had enough to put them over here on our front porch, which worked out perfectly. I'm even gonna try to use these at the Airbnb because I think it'd just be so nice if you get there late, the lights are already on, and when you wake up, you don't have to think about turning it off. I feel like this is just a huge time saver and it's super affordable. So he's gonna finish putting in all these light bulbs, and later in the video when it gets dark, I'll show you what they look like.
With everything that you do, I make so much progress when I'm here with you. You hold all the pieces, all of me in your hands. Wait for me while I pick up the pieces, turning things around. And
thanks again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna have their link down below in my description box if you're interested in any of their machines or products. If I get a coupon code for you, I'm gonna leave it down below next to the link as well, so definitely check that out. But I'm so proud of how this mat turned out. It's not 110% perfect, but I love it. I would absolutely share it as a gift. But now I'm just gonna show you our beautiful sky.
Side.
Okay, so I had just moved some pumpkins up here to get a picture. You'll probably see it at the end of the video, but I'm kind of liking pumpkins back there. Just real quickly, I'm gonna try moving this whole section back there to see if I like it better, to kind of like pull in some depth, and if not, I'll just move it back here.
I could wait for 1,000
anytime you're decorating, you definitely just have to try things. It's not gonna mess anything up. If you like the way it looks but something feels off, just go ahead and take a picture with your phone. So if you move it and you don't like it as well, you have like a guide reference to go back to and you can put it back how it was. But when it's stuff like this, just play around with it. I don't think it's ever gonna look worse or look better. It's just kind of your taste. I could sit here and move these pumpkins around probably until I put up Christmas decor, and that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Sweetheart, let me be close to you forever, ever, darling. You're my sweetheart.
So I've been out here just fiddling with the pumpkins, and this light just came on all by itself. So my garage lights aren't on yet, but I know this is kind of being blocked by that beam, so I think it gets darker faster. But it's so nice as long as I keep that light switch flipped, I never have to worry about it. So when it gets dark out here, they just turn on. I was gonna see if I could get lucky and get these to turn on camera, but I highly doubt it. I'll give it another second. Like I said, I think that turned on just because of that beam, so I don't know how much longer we have for these. Okay, I'll show them once they flip on.
I know for sure you are my missing part. I know that you'll be you, 'cause you're my sweetheart.
Here is everything I'm going to be using to decorate the porch. I got a lot of white flowers. I actually got some like burnt orange mums because I thought about doing color, and I bought these big pots for them, so that's still an option. I'll take you in my backyard and show you what those look like, but I kind of want to just do all neutral. Last year I couldn't find white mums, and so I was really excited this year when like everybody had them. I have different height plant stands, I have different planters, I have real pumpkins, I have fake pumpkins. If you guys watched my video last year, I made this myself and I'm so proud of it, so it's going back out. And then of course, if you've been around here at all, this is Mr. Pumpkin Man. The rest of his body is in that tub, but he goes up this time every year. He's very friendly, but I just kind of wanted to show you what I was working with so you had an idea of what this porch is going to look like when we're finished. But first, let's clean up this porch because it is super dirty. So let's get this cleaned up so then I can start bringing out all my fall decor.
Miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I.
Try to clear everything off your front porch. If you just move it on the ground, then you're gonna have a hard time sweeping, or you're not gonna clean all the areas. So try to just pick everything up, especially if it's like on the ground, so you can just do a really good cleaning. As you can see right here, my rug was holding so much dirt, so I was so glad I took the time to do this.
Would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life. Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow. You got miles behind us, but miles to go.
So there's lots of different ways you can clean your front porch. You can use a broom like I am. We also have like a blower that works as well, but sometimes I feel like in this little corner it just like blows all the leaves back up at me. You could also power wash it if you're wanting a really good deep clean, but it is amazing if you'll just spend like 5 minutes with your broom like on your front porch. It will just make it look so much better. Don't forget to like wipe off the brick. So if your brick isn't painted, you probably can't see how dirty it is, but since ours is painted, it makes it pretty smooth and it does get dirty. So if you have painted brick, just take that broom and kind of dust it off.
To the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than
better than two.
It is already looking so much better, and all we did was clean it, and it feels new again. If we were going super crazy, we could power wash it, but it's just not on the list of things to do today. Maybe another day. But yeah, everything just cleaned up really, really nicely. I'm standing here trying to decide what to start with. I think we're going to start with Mr. Pumpkin, just so all the like pretty stuff can come in later. So we're going to start with that pop of color. If you guys haven't heard about Mr. Pumpkin, he's like a tradition in my family. My mom always put up a Mr. Pumpkin every year. She still does. And so when my sister and I moved out, she got us the pumpkin head so we could create our own pumpkins. And so we all always have them. And when Savannah gets married or has a house one day that she can put it, she doesn't have to be married, I'll get her a pumpkin head, and then she can have a Mr. Pumpkin, and then her kids will have it. It's just a fun little tradition, and so many of you do it now. So if you do this, definitely send me a picture, email me, send it over on Instagram, because I love seeing your guys' Mr. Pumpkins. So our Mr. Pumpkin wears the same thing every year. It just keeps it easier. It's a pair of Chase's old jeans and a shirt, and then I actually go grab boots from his closet. So those I have to pull out every year. Typically I unstuff him, but this year I was gonna try, or last year I just left him stuffed, and now I can just like plump him up a little bit, and I was gonna see if he was easier to put together that way. So now I'm just gonna pull out the pieces and just kind of make him look human, and then we'll go from there. I love family traditions, and this is one of my favorite. We have lots of Christmas ones, but this one's just so special to me. I have pictures growing up next to my Mr. Pumpkin Man. Savannah has them every year as well, with ours and my parents. And what's nice is we all get to have our own Mr. Pumpkin Man, so they all look a little bit different. We style them different, so you get to personalize it, but carry on the family tradition. I cannot wait to give Savannah hers one day, and just to see what she creates and what look she goes with. Just a little tip, if you're going to recreate this, get newspaper. I have a lot of magazines and it works, but newspaper will definitely just work better. I just feel like it's softer, where like magazine covers are just really like shiny, and so they don't roll up as much. So just keep that in mind. If you're gonna recreate this, just get lots of newspaper for when you're stuffing your Mr. Pumpkin Man.
Feels like we're insane. We blame it all on love, so saturated. Still we can't get enough. We wear out the night like we wear our clothes, dancing right through the fire.
It takes a little tweaking to get him right. I still have a few more minutes of working on him. I need a little bit more paper. I have like a magazine I can start tearing out of. But my goal is just to make him look very realistic, and he's super nice. It's Mr. Pumpkin. Every neighborhood we've lived in, the kids have loved him. The kids talk about how they look for him when they're getting off the school bus, so he's super friendly. My mom's is a little more scary. Like, he's got scary hands and stuff, but ours has always been super nice. So I'm just gonna stuff him a little bit more, but I just try to think of like how it would look if Chase or somebody else was sitting there. And so we will put boots on him. I try to make his like waist, like that's the area I have to work on, so it looks like he's sitting here. We always add gloves so it looks like he has hands, and then I do stuff the gloves, like the fingers, just so it looks like there's actually hands in there. But we're gonna work on this just a little bit longer. It's funny because there's been a few times that Chase has needed his boots during October and he was like, where are my shoes? I've looked for them everywhere. And I always giggle and I'm like, Mr. Pumpkin Man has them. So he has to like go borrow them so he can work on whatever he needs to, and then we put them back. Feet are the part that make him look so realistic. So just by putting his shoes on him, especially like real shoes, really does help. And then hands do the same thing. So that's why I always add the gloves. He's taking his shape now. As you can see, I'll still make adjustments for the next couple days, just trying to figure out the best like position and all the paper. But now we're gonna put his head on. So we like to just use a pole. So you're gonna see me just put a pole like into his body. I feel like it helps kind of keep him setting up. And then this pumpkin has, let me turn it over, a hole right here that you can slide through. But my mom takes like fishing wire because she doesn't have like a vaulted ceiling, and hangs like a fishing line down and then makes it where his like head is hovering. So you can totally do it either way, whatever you want to do. Feel like this is easier. I won't plug him in for a while. Closer to Halloween I will, just because he sits here and of course our outlet's over there, but I run like a white cord and it goes under the mat and then plugs in. But you guys know me, I don't like wires, so I don't pull it out until later. But let's go ahead and get his head attached now. And there is Mr. Pumpkin. Like I said, I'll be tweaking him for a little while. It's not something you get like the first time, but by the time it's Halloween, he's gonna look perfect. It's actually funny watching like delivery men drop stuff off, because they're always a little, you know, just leery at first. I'll go back and watch my camera doorbell because they just don't know what to think. But he's super nice, I promise. He's friendly. You guys are always worried, a few of you, but he's been in the family for a long time, so we're glad to have you back, Mr. Pumpkin. It was a long year waiting on you. Now we are getting to the extra fun part. It's always fun because I never know what it's gonna look like. Like in my head, I have some ideas, but I'm gonna tweak it. You guys know whatever I have going on, it typically changes. So let's get this stuff put out and see if we can make that front porch look more fall. And I gotta hurry because that sun is coming. When you're decorating, I don't care if it's a room, a front porch, whatever it is, put everything that you're going to be using in like a group or a cluster. It's so hard to remember what you have if it's like all spread out and it's in different rooms, or if I had it in the garage or in the car. Just put it all together and it just makes it easier once you're decorating and you're figuring out which pieces need to go where. As you can see, I'm also putting the pots in the spaces that I want them before the flowers, just so they're still lightweight and they're easy to move. That way I can figure out the design and then I'll add the flowers in at the very end. So keep that in mind if you're decorating your porch. Try to move things when they're lighter and just easier to maneuver. And then once you have everything placed where you want it, you can go ahead and put the plants in.
Don't hold back.
showers in the month of May. The ground's still wet and the sky's still gray, but you're still shining. No cadences or chords to play, no melodies or words to say.
Now that I have these pots out, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. These are going way more blue next to that gray out here. So I was just gonna set these into those, but if that doesn't look good, I'll just leave it in the black pot. I just didn't want a ton of black out here. I was trying to keep it as neutral as possible.
But you're still singing, and it keeps me breathing when I fall apart.
Like I mentioned earlier, some of my pumpkins are real and some are fake. That's just a way to save money. So I don't have to keep buying tons of pumpkins that I'm just gonna throw away every year. These three right here and the like 3-tiered one I put up are all fake. So as I get fake ones, I can just mix a few real ones in. Like both of these were from like Ross and they were like $4.99. Let's see if I can show you. Right there. $4.99. Luckily I found these at Walmart for the same price, but when I was at Lowe's I bought this one and it was $15. So just be super careful when you're purchasing, like your budget and where you're going, because every store is kind of different on pricing.
Million pieces, when I don't know where to start. You put me back together. You put me back together.
So mixing faux and real pumpkins I feel like is just helpful, because the faux pumpkins will save you money. Every year you can just pull those out. You don't have to rebuy them. It's not like they're gonna get trashed. But then always add a few real ones just so it makes the fake ones feel and look real, and then people don't even notice because they're gonna look at the real ones and not think much about the fake ones. And then like I said, it's just a way to save money over time.
Feeling trapped and just need to go.
I'm also on the hunt for like fake mums, but I want them to be white. So I went to Hobby Lobby and they had all different colors, but they didn't have white. But I'd like to invest in some white mums. So once again, I can just put those out every year next to a set of real ones, and then you don't notice it. But then I can save money buying 2 sets of white mums every year.
I'll put you back.
So far, I'm loving this setup. I'm not sure about that one, so I'll be thinking. I do need to put the mums in here, but the ones I bought weren't as big as the original ones that I bought for those, the colorful ones on the back. So I'm gonna have to find something to put in the pot that this pot can set onto, so they just look taller. Kind of like in here, I have paint cans, so that this sets up taller. I've just got to do something like that, just to keep things simple. And I honestly don't know what else I could put in there that I have on hand right now. I'm just gonna put 2 paint cans, 1 in each, and then put the other mums on it, just in case you're gonna do this. I'll show you how I do it, but I wanted to explain it first.
I'll put you back together again. I'll put you back.
The paint cans actually worked perfectly, because if you can tell by these planters, they're like tapered at the bottom, so not much would have fit at the bottom because it was really narrow. So the paint can fit right down in them, and then you can just set the plant on top of it. Now if you can see around it, you can add moss or something, but these flowers were so wide and round, it filled that whole gap.
I forget where my peace is. When you fall apart.
That worked perfectly. So I didn't have to spend as much money and get huge mums. All you gotta do is buy the mums and then have some extra paint cans or stain cans laying around. I don't know what to do with this back here. I may take all that out just to see how it looks. Maybe bring it forward up here. But I'm just not loving that spot back there.
You don't know where
Once you get everything out, sometimes it doesn't look how you want it to. You can just have that little feeling it's off. So just keep messing with it. You don't have to get it right the first time, even the second time or third time. Even if you have to come back a different day, it's okay to move things around until you get it to where you like it. Here are all my fake pumpkins. Here are my real pumpkins. I just feel like that looks so much better. If I'm gonna use the fake pumpkins, I feel like they have to be back there so they don't blow away. It's super windy in Oklahoma, and these are lightweight, so I might just pull these indoors. I'll probably return this guy because I actually paid a lot for him. If I'm not gonna use them, I'll get some money back. But I feel like it just looks cleaner with all of it like up here at the front. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I'll hang on to these until the video goes up. Let me know if I need to put something back there or if it's just nice like all being towards the front of the porch.
Do you recall when we were young? Running from all things at once without thinking twice. And I knew it would get...
Here's one more look. Basically I used those outdoor pumpkins, but I left this just back down the corner by itself. I would adjust the rug to go over, and then I put some of the faux pumpkins by Mr. Pumpkin Man. So maybe that will be the solution. Kind of space it out some.
And that we would be the ones left behind. The stories I've been told, they never seem to leave my mind. And this road that I am on, I gotta stay here for some time.
It's a little sunny back here, but I wanted to show you the colorful mums that I bought right there, but I think they're perfect in this spot. I've always had these planters right here, and actually I thought I killed these because there was one day I forgot to water them and they were all like leaning like this. You couldn't even see them anymore. So I pulled them back here and I've watered them the last couple days and I came out and they're gorgeous. So keep that in mind. If you think you killed your mums, keep watering them because these came back just in like 2 days and they look gorgeous. This is all the decor I have to work with. All of the stuff on the ground is new, and then everything in the tubs is items from previous years. Just a little tip, when you put away your holiday decor, put it in like color appropriate tubs or clear bins so you can see what's inside of it. But that way, if I'm digging for it or if I send Chase up, which is what really happens because it's up in the attic, when I say, hey, go grab fall decor and Halloween, he knows to grab all the orange tubs. When it's Christmas, he knows to grab all the red and green. Even like around the 4th of July, I have like red and blue. Easter's like a pastel color, so just keep that in mind. It makes it so easy for anybody that's getting down your decor. I will say this vibe right here is exactly what I'm going for this fall. Last year I did a lot of blacks and grays and greens, but I set all these items out and I was like, okay, that's exactly what I want. These I'm iffy about, so if I don't end up using them, I can just return them. I always save my receipts, but I'm really, really, really liking this. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I think we're gonna start right here in the living room because it's always my favorite.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
I wanted to sort through my pumpkins just so I knew what I was working with before I got started. I might have to grab a can of spray paint. I really don't want to use any of the white this year. I feel like I had a lot of it. And then a lot of these pumpkins I spray painted last year. So I have lots of black that used to be gold. So I may have to grab a can of this like light tan beigey if I need more. I will say I'm also going to probably switch out this greenery because it's really green now. But other than that, this is looking good. For some reason, I feel really overwhelmed this year, and I don't even have that many items. So when you start to feel like that, just grab the pieces that you know exactly where they go, and then that will get the ball rolling and kind of help you out.
And a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
My biggest tip when you're decorating is keep in mind what style you like. For me, I don't love color, so if I put a lot of color in my house, it's not gonna last long. I'm gonna take it down before even the holiday comes. So I've learned if I just use the neutrals and the style of my home, it's gonna last longer. Now, if you love the pops of color, totally do it. Definitely do what works best for you. But if you're not a color person, don't feel like you have to decorate all the holidays in color.
Hand in hand, building castles out of sand. Reaching for the grand.
Okay, so now that I have these in here, I feel like it's a little too matchy-matchy. If I were to keep them, I would even put something underneath them. I feel like they're a little too low because if I put them on a table or somewhere, when you stand back, you kind of don't see them. But I want a little more contrast, so I didn't think I was going to keep the white pumpkins. I thought I was going to paint them. But now seeing it, it may look really good. So I'm going to take these out and try these pumpkins and see if we like it better. Now this is what it looks like with the white pumpkins. I think I like it better. If I wanted to, I could spray paint these just like an ivory where they're not all the way this color but not this bright, but I'm going to try it this way just for a little bit to see how it looks because I do have a lot of white in my house.
Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond
Here is look one. I'm gonna tweak it with just a few different things and see if we like it that way better. I feel like these woods match really well, but I don't know that I love the print and pattern or if I want to keep it more simple. So let me trade out those pumpkins and see if we can do better. And here is look number two. I think with the vibe I'm going for this year, I just like this. It's simple, but it still seems like fall with just a few touch of pumpkins. So I'm gonna leave it this way for now. So you'll have to let me know down below in the comments section, are you a color person? Are you a neutral person for the holidays? So not how your house is decorated, but for the holidays, do you love to add the pops of color or do you like to keep it just simple and neutral like I do?
Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
This is honestly my favorite decor out of all of it so far. I love this color. So you could always just spray paint. Like if you already have pumpkins at home, all the ones from last year I spray painted black. So just pick up whatever color you want and it'll save you a ton of money, and it really does not take long at all, I promise. But I just love how neutral this is. Not putting all the black decor up really makes me want to get rid of all the black in my house. Like now I'm eyeing those black chairs back there and I'm like, I think I just like all these light, like beigey, tan, and wood tones so much. As much as I liked the wood here, I think I need to get a smaller one because this one was just too big. I think this floating right here actually looks really good. I didn't intend for it to go there, but it's just such a large bowl. I think it's perfect. Now I need to just find another container in my kitchen that these will go in. I love these. I think this is exactly the look I'm going for. And I actually had a really sweet friend, Carol, from off YouTube, send them to me. So I've got to find a spot for those. And then I think I'm going to take the greenery out of that plant and put it in this pumpkin and then use this as my centerpiece for now. And then I'll probably add some other decor around it as well.
I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind. I will keep on holding.
If you want to know how to make this, I did it in last year's fall decorate with me, so I'll go ahead and tag that video down below in my description box, so you can see how I spray paint pumpkins and how we made this. It's just styrofoam and we cut the top out, and then all you have to do is take any type of greenery or anything you want and like push it down into it. So I'm gonna grab that and put it in here.
High, even if the sky is falling down.
The day after I filmed this video, I walked into HomeGoods and I found 4 perfect chairs for my dining room. Now, if you follow me over on Instagram, you already know this. You saw it that day. So if you're not following me over there and you want to stay up to date and see things that are actually happening in live time, make sure you're following me over there because I can share it easily. Or if you just want to see the chairs that I bought and what style I went with, go check it out. I have my link down below in my description box.
I really wanna know, really wanna know.
I'm like cracking up off camera. I feel like this is a major fail. I think I had so much of this and I got it so deep down I could hide the hole. So I think I'm just gonna have to cut this way shorter so some of, like, none of this should be showing. Like, that's what you do not want your centerpiece to look like. So give me a second. I'm gonna cut down the greenery some so when I push it in, this is going into here and we don't look so just ragged, I guess.
Let me figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm far.
There are 2 ways to trim or shorten your ivy or greenery, whatever you're messing with. I typically just bend it back and forth in all different directions and it will snap eventually. Chase is huge into these like wire cutters, so just do what's best for you, but if you don't have that tool, you can just keep bending it back and forth, like I said, in all directions, and it will snap and you can get it at any length you need it to.
Even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling.
So I made a little bit of a mess, but we figured it out. See how much like better that looks? It's like the thick parts coming out, so it's not like the tiny little twigs. So that looks really good. Let's try it on the dining room table now.
Even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down. Yeah. The sky is falling down.
Next up, I'm gonna be working on these pumpkins. Everything in me wants to leave it in the black because I feel like it's just a really good contrast. But like before, now that I'm getting all this black out of here, I'm actually really liking it. Kind of want to paint that wall back now, but let's not talk about that today. So I'm gonna put these in here just to see what it looks like.
A lock of gold, a secret smile, little things.
So here in the guest bathroom, I can either keep the pumpkin over here, but it kind of gets in the way. I mean, this goes forward, so it's not a big deal. But since that pattern's a little busy for me, I kind of like the idea of just hiding it a little bit, so it's a little pop of pumpkin. What do we think? Does that look okay, or is it weird? If it's weird, tell me so I know to move it.
Place a hand upon my heart as her. She was a believer. Sometimes I can feel her.
I have to say, this is like my favorite piece, and I can't find a spot for it. So maybe it should just stay there. What do we think? Is that too much? Is it like too much since it's right next to another bowl of pumpkins?
Holding me as forever. Time changes everything, and everything will change in time. Love changes every heart, and any heart can change you.
I think this rug is a perfect. Obviously, the closer it gets to like real fall and not pre-fall, I'm gonna put pumpkins and decorate out here. You guys know, like, Mr. Pumpkin comes closer to Halloween, so we'll work on this front porch later, but that is another whole video within itself. Now that I'm walking in this way, I realized I never put a pumpkin in here, and I really like to have pumpkins or just holiday decor in the entryway, living room, kitchen, dining, and guest bath. And I feel like I've done a lot of that, but I think I'm gonna grab one or two of those pumpkins over there and put them by the very front.
I see in you my mother's eyes, and I lay your head to my shoulder. A lock of gold, a secret smile. I will tell you.
I'm trying to decide what I like better, if I like the soft, big pumpkin there or these smaller white ones. I also need to decorate like right here. So I may have to get a few more just like of these ivory looking pumpkins if I don't have quite enough.
And any heart can change you. Looking for my mother's eyes as I'm staying close to the mirror.
Okay, so I think I have everything where I want it for now. You guys know I get a little itchy with holiday decor, so at some point I'll put up a fall home tour so you can see how everything looks. I will take you through everything I did today, and I'm also going to take you through Sabrina's bathroom and bedroom, because while I was filming this, she was creating her own fall looks, so I thought I'd take you in there just so you could see what some colorful fall decor looks like. So we're gonna start off in Savannah's bathroom. She got this hand soap, and then she also picked up these 4 pieces and put it together. I think it's so cute. And then of course, can you really decorate for fall without a fall candle? So she has that up there, and it was just enough to add a little fall to her bathroom. And now I'll take you into her bedroom. Here is her bedroom. So she's got this like tradition, or I don't even know what you would call it, going on right now, but for every holiday she likes to get a blanket for her bed and then a pillow for over there on her swing. And I just think it's a really fun and easy and affordable way for her to bring in the just holiday. She's a lot like me. She likes calming, she likes neutral, she gets overwhelmed really easily. So she's a lot like mama in that aspect, but just a blanket and a pillow is super easy for her. If one day it's driving her crazy, she can just take it off and then put it back on later. So I just feel like that's fun and something to do. I know as an adult I always get like new hand towels and like hand soap, but that's for the season, and it's just an easy way to do it on a budget and you still kind of like feel the holiday. I'll do just a little mini home tour basically, just so you can see all the decor that we set out. This is right here in the entryway, which I think looks super good. And then you walk into the living room, and I'm just loving not having the black this year. I added the pumpkins down there, which I think is super cute. I'm still in love with the coffee table, I think because I never liked my decor here in the beginning, and now I know not to put black on it. I don't know what I'll do when this goes away and Christmas goes away, but right now it's like perfect. I have the pumpkin candle going, and luckily this is a really light scent because I get headaches easy, but it's not bothering me at all. And then here is the fireplace. I feel like it adds just what I need right now. So if you guys saw me redecorating this, I was like, it's totally lacking something. For now, the pumpkins are filling that void. So once again, once the holidays are done, I'll have to figure it out. But right now, I just think it's perfect. And then we will turn, don't even look in that room. That's where I hid everything. We're gonna go into the dining room. This is the piece I'm not loving. So let me know what you guys think. I'll probably switch this one out. It's like, sometimes I love it and sometimes I'm like, we need to do something different. My floors are still all dirty, so I need to clean that up. And then over here in the kitchen, I feel like we did really well. We have the wood bowl full of pumpkins. We have the Hello Fall sign, and then another bowl of pumpkins over there. So I'm sure as I'm out shopping, I'll find just a few more pieces just to finish everything off, but I feel like we did really good. When I'm working on a space, especially decorating it, I want to pull out all the items that I have, new and old, so you're going to see me do that next. Right now, this is like all the new stuff I've brought in, but I want to know what I'm working with so I see how many items I can put in each space. I don't want to put a ton in the entryway and then not have some left over for the rest of the house. And I feel like every season and every project's a little bit different, so definitely pull everything out so you can see it, spread it out so you know what you're working with. I'm actually going to be adding some color into my house for fall. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited and super nervous all at the same time. Sometimes when I put color up, it doesn't make it long and it comes right back down, but I'm hoping since this is just a very earthy tone, I'm gonna love it. So the blanket I'm not sure about yet, and this piece, it's a little bit different. I ordered these off Amazon, but I can paint them to match. So basically what started this is I have some high-end pieces. So I went into Pottery Barn and found these pieces and fell in love with them, but I didn't get a ton because they're so pricey. I can link these for you, but we're gonna be talking about several different budgets today when we're decorating for fall. So the next level are like these back here, and I found almost the same design, which I could rough them up a little bit if we wanted to. And these were $30, which are still kind of pricey. Or you can do Amazon, which I feel like this is a different color, so I'm still gonna have to DIY it unless you like the color. But I bought all these to test out some different DIYs. Now, if you like this color, leave it. But if you're wanting this look for less, I got 2 different DIYs I'm gonna be testing out for you to see if we can get kind of this vibe that's going on. And then I also grabbed some florals because I feel like I don't love a ton of greenery out, especially mine that looks super springy. I like to switch it out. And then I grabbed this bag. It's kind of like that driftwood pieces. I thought it would look good for fall time. So I've got all of this. This is like all my new stuff, but I'm gonna have Chase bring down my just previous decorations from last fall and see what we have in there. I like to pull everything down so I know what I'm working with. So I'm gonna get that tub, get it down here. Then when I'm decorating, I know exactly what I have, and I like it all being in one spot. It could be on the floor, it could be on the coffee table, the dining room. It just kind of happened to be here this year, and then I can start pulling from it as I decorate like all the spaces around me. Here is the tub from the attic. So I don't have a ton in here. I have a lot of smaller ones and this soft one. So if I need to paint any of these, I'll do it later, but I kind of want to get decorating before I start touching those. This is a DIY I did in last year's fall video if you want to go back and watch it, but basically it's a styrofoam pumpkin and then you cut a hole in it and just put the florals in it. So I could choose to do any of these. So I'm sure I'll do that later if you want to see. But we're gonna do the painting first so it has time to dry so I can decorate with it before this video ends. I've done some research and there's actually 2 different ways to get like the textured look on the pumpkins if that's something you're going for. It doesn't have to be pumpkins, like say it's bases or just something like that. Here's the paint color I used. And it's because I found it on Pinterest and they said it was the best like look-alike paint for the Pottery Barn. And I'll pop up a picture right here of like, they did like jack-o'-lanterns. I'm not real big into holiday, like Halloween decor. I'm more into fall, so I'm just gonna do normal pumpkins, but that is the color. So you can either take like 2 spoonfuls of baking soda and put it in here to get the texture, or if you can find this, this is a spray paint with textured on it. Can you kind of see the like this lid? I could not find it anywhere and I came across it at Hobby Lobby for $12.99. So you might check your like Home Depot or Lowe's, something like that. But if you can't find it, like I said, I found mine at Hobby Lobby, and then you can just spray that texture on. I'm gonna do both because I wanna see if I like one of the textures better. I wanna see how it turns out at the end. And then at the end, you put on, once it dries, this like loose chalk, and that's what kind of like whitens it and ages it some. So I've been dying to test this out, so let's go ahead and get started. This stuff is amazing. Like I love the texture on there and it was so easy to do. So I'm gonna let this dry and then we'll paint it, but I am super impressed with this. I decided not to put the textured spray on this one because I really like the concrete look. So I think I'll want it to like break up some of these pieces, and if not, I can paint it later. So this one, I'm gonna do the other method where I add baking soda to this and you just paint it on. So you miss the whole step of having to spray and let it dry. You get to go straight to it, but I feel like the texture may be a little bit different. So I'm gonna pour some of this out so I have paint to paint the other pumpkin, and then I'm gonna mix in baking soda to paint this one so we can kind of compare the two. Just a little tip, even if you're not gonna be doing 2 different types of DIYs, you're definitely gonna wanna pull some of that paint out if you're gonna be adding in baking soda. Otherwise, it's gonna overflow, so definitely dump it out into a bowl. You can even mix it there if you don't wanna mess up like what it actually comes in, but definitely dump some of that out. Otherwise, it's gonna overflow as you try to mix in the baking soda. So far, first impressions, I love the paint color. Like I think once we add in this like loose chalk, once it dries, which I'll link for you, I think it's going to match those or be that same concept. I don't know about the texture yet. Like I think I'm gonna have to add a lot more. Something I read was just like 2 like spoonfuls for like your sample size. It did nothing. So the next one I'm gonna add a whole lot more in for the next layer. But so far you can't even tell. Like I really don't think there's a texture on it other than the strokes from the paintbrush. So keep in mind you're gonna have to add a lot more than what they say. So far I am liking this. Now it is more of a uniform spray where this, once I get this right, it may be more organic. So we'll keep messing with this, and like I said, once they dry, then we'll be able to do this layer and really compare it. But while these are drying, I probably will start decorating the rest of the house because I'm so ready to get my fall up. Now I have changed up this space just a tad since I filmed this video, so if you want to see the changes I made, definitely head on over to Instagram and I'll show you an updated photo of how this space looks. A really easy fall decor idea is just to put tons of mini pumpkins into anything like bowls, platters, cake stands, whatever. You're gonna see me do this again later, like towards the end of the video, but it really does just make for a fun like seasonal thing, but you didn't have to spend a lot of money because you can use pieces you already have, and you can get really cheap pumpkins just to throw in and it looks high end. I am a little overwhelmed just trying to process all this color and space it out. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, do I leave these black pieces up or do I flip them out for the terracotta? Like, I don't want to get too much like orange and black in here where it seems Halloweenish. So I'm trying to decide if I take those out, I'll probably just have to mess with it. I also want to get my centerpieces done, like my coffee table and my dining room table, because those are the hardest part for me. And I feel like they're going to call for one of these bigger pieces. But I'm trying to decide if like this color is going to look okay, like with the color wood already. So I'm going to pull that off and try to do something really good over here. I feel like it has to be grand. We still have more decorating to do in this space. I'm just not there yet. So I feel like my centerpiece really has to like grab your attention.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul.
It was definitely bittersweet decorating for fall this year. I love decorating for the holidays, but I feel like we just got in and we just got settled, and I love how I decorated the house. So I definitely kept pictures of everything. I'm curious to see if everything will go back exactly how I had it, or I will want to change it when I go back and just put up normal decor like after all the holidays. But I will say it was definitely bittersweet because I absolutely love fall decor, but I was so happy with the way we had decorated the house. So like I said, it was definitely bittersweet.
Nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
Coffee tables are so hard for me to decorate. I don't know what it is. I'm getting to the point I just want to put nothing on it. Like when I go into like restoration hardware, they either have one massive piece on it or I feel like it's just empty, and I love the vibe of that store. Like it's just very bold pieces but very few pieces, and I feel like that's my style. Like it's just very calming to me. So I'm trying to balance that out with like fall decor, which I feel like is very cozy, and there's a lot of items, like there's a lot of little pumpkins and stuff like that. So I haven't decided which style I like best and which way it's gonna stay.
Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet. We could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
You're gonna see me change things a lot as I'm decorating, and I feel like sometimes like influencers or content creators may be guilty of just like putting something up and making it look like that was our first attempt. But in this video, I was really trying to show you that it takes several tries. Like when we're decorating our house, it's a lot of trial and error. So when you're decorating your home, don't feel like you have to get it right the first time. Put something up. If you don't like it, take it down. You may even like it in that spot, but it looks better somewhere else. So it does take some tweaking. This is such an easy DIY to do. So like I said, all you have to do is get one of those styrofoam pumpkins, which may be a little pricey if you buy it from like Hobby Lobby. Just make sure you get it half off, but then you can continue to reuse it every single year. You can use it inside, you can use it outside, you can change up like whatever floral arrangement you want in it. But I always just think it's so fun. Like last year, I think I had more like greenery in here, but I'm really loving this look. So now it's just finding a place to put it.
We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all.
It's like we're not going anywhere. Maybe it's because there's something in the air. And I don't.
Another little tip I like to do when I'm decorating, especially with like pumpkins, is take these like pumpkins that are like fabric or something and they're really not like breakable, and you can put them on candle stands and they always look so cute. And then if it gets knocked over, it's not gonna break. But I always love putting these throughout the house, just in different places. I just went and grabbed the other pumpkin because it was dry. I seriously love this texture. We got to work on this one, but I'm letting that first coat dry. I really think this one's only going to take one coat because the texture's on there, which I guess technically it's two, but just spraying that on was so easy. So I'm going to put the paint on and see what we think.
No, I don't even care anymore. It's like we're losing all track of time. I just got one thing on my mind. Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow. So where do we go when everything feels like it just stays the same?
I did want to let you know, once I get everything settled and where I think it's going to stay, because even off camera, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, I don't like that there. If you stay until the end of the video, I actually come back in with another clip showing you just like a change or two, but I'm sure I'm still going to tweak a few things. So I will be putting out like a fall home tour video so you can see if I add anything, what sticks, what doesn't. I'm curious in that video, will colors still be in my house? I don't know. I feel like sometimes I do stuff like this and then I wake up and I like yank it all down. So definitely be on the lookout for that video if you want to see what stays and what doesn't and what comes in, just all the fun changes.
I just got one thing on my mind.
Baby, one day I'm hoping that you will be mine. Turn my life around. Wow.
Yeah. Where do we go when everything feels like it just
I really feel like I still need black on this. As much as I love the like light and bright and airy, there's a part of me that loves it, but then there's another part of me that has like black and black and black, and I want it to feel like we have enough over here. And it looks like it right now because like the TV's off, but when that TV's on, I feel like this wall's gonna just be, I don't know, like I said, there's a part of me that loves it, but there's another part of me that's like, it just needs a few black touches. So I'm gonna see what I can pull in that I already have, like maybe just normal decor, and see what I can do. I'm gonna look in this cabinet and see what I have. Also, if you've made it already halfway through this video, thank you so much for being here. I wanted to go ahead and give you a sneak peek for staying here of the next video that's coming up. It's gonna be like a whole house declutter and organize. It felt so good to get it done. So definitely make sure you're subscribed with your notification bell checked, so when I post that video, you don't miss it. It's definitely getting better. It's not there, but I do love like the pops of black. I think this black's a little too big or thick, so I've got to find something else. But I'm so glad I had those. They were in my laundry room and I grabbed them. And it's like the perfect mix because there's black, so you see it, but it's those thin little strips. So I'm loving that. Still don't have my coffee table figured out. I knew these would always be the hardest thing I ever have to decorate, and so I have it down for like non-holidays, but it's always going to take me a little while to figure them out with holidays because I don't like a ton of stuff, but I don't want them to look empty. They have to be very balanced. And so I'm struggling with that, and then also adding color, and this is the first time decorating for fall in this house. It's just like a lot. So I'm really liking this flower arrangement here, so I'm gonna leave that. I just feel like you walk in and it's like boom. I want to work on the inside of that like platter bowl thing. I've got to find a spot for these. The paint's drying. I do want to go ahead and like throw out this throw. I think it'll add a lot right here and kind of work on this area some.
I'm slipping away, so don't let me go. Nah, 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 nah. I'm all up in that love haze, so where do we go now? Nah? Just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay. I'm slipping away.
Anytime I start getting overwhelmed, I try to pull anything extra out of the space so I can see what it's actually looking like. So I pulled out all that extra stuff that was like sitting in the chairs and stuff, and it does make me feel better. There's a part of me that wants to just leave that blank. I don't know if that's an option, but I feel like there's so much going on here. It's just like keep it simple. And then here is all the stuff I still have to work with if needed. And then like I said, these are still drying. So I'll have like places that those can still go, but I think now I'm gonna go back and try to tackle like arranging stuff within this bowl.
So don't let me go now. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Oh baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love. I'm in love. Yeah. I'm slipping away. Yeah. Just like I am dreaming, walking around in this love haze. I wanna stay in this feeling, but let me know that I am safe here in your arms.
This is actually another space that I've kind of tweaked and changed up as well already. So like I mentioned before, head on over to Instagram and I'll try to share all of this in my stories today while you're watching this, so you can just see some of the tweaks.
It fills me up. It's out of control, but baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control. Your love is exceptional.
So I'm having a hard time finding anything deep enough for in here that you can see it from when you walk in. And I already had 2 of these going. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the 3rd one, and I think it will look cool if I can make them all match and put it in there. So I'm gonna let these finish drying. I'm gonna get this one painted, and then the last step is putting this on it, which we'll do here in a little bit.
But baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Oh, baby, I love the rush. It overflows. It's out of control, out of control.
Definitely stay until the very end of today's video if you want to hear my full review on what I thought about the DIY projects. Basically the painting of the pumpkins, which one I liked best, which one I didn't, if I thought it would be better for something else. I think you'll be surprised by my answer, so like I said, definitely stay until the end. So all 3 pumpkins are painted. I did something different on every single one of them. So this was the one I just added a little bit of baking soda. I can't even tell the difference. I mean, maybe if I painted it with the normal thing, I could tell, but to me, it's super smooth. So take that with what you will. This is where I actually used the texture spray, and you can see it. Like, I don't even have to move the camera around. Like, you can see how speckled it is. So between these, I mean, this is still a beautiful finish, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not textured like I was expecting it to be. I thought this would have like not as many of these little bumps and grooves in it, but I thought it would have a few throughout. Now this one still is drying, and I added a ton more baking soda on it, and it's gonna dry just like this one. Like, that baking soda is making it thick, kind of like a chalk paint, but it's not really adding a texture to it like I thought I would. So if you love this finish, which I do the baking soda, but if you're thinking you're gonna get like a texture out of it, you're definitely gonna need something like this, because it made it way easier to get the texture. Now, if you don't like this much, you didn't have to spray as much. If you want more, you just spray more. So it's one of those. This one's pretty much almost dry. I think it is dry, yeah. So we're gonna start this process, which is just loose chalk is all it was. I ordered it off Amazon, and they say just to apply it with a paper towel until you get the desired look. So let's see how this is gonna work out after all this painting.
I'm out of reasons, I'm out of rhyme, but I'll only tell you that I'm out of time. I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me.
Don't judge me as we get up close. I haven't taken off the price tags yet, but I promise you I will. But I wanted to show you a comparison between all these colors. So this is the Pottery Barn, which this is more of an aged, and if you really wanted to get that, I think you could. Basically, I think they sell jack-o'-lanterns that look more like this. They just have a face on them. These were just the pieces that I bought. But if you liked this design, we literally got that approach. On camera, I'm seeing 2 different colors here, but in real life, there's not this big of a difference. Like, this looks way more tan, and it is a little more tan, but not as extreme as it is on camera. So I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it is very, very close. And like I said, this one was 30, which you could, this one was smaller. One of these was, 2 of these were $7.99, one was $6.99. If they're bigger, they cost more, but if you already have some, or if you're at Goodwill, the point is you can create this look so you don't have to spend the Pottery Barn prices. So this is what it looks like just painted. I will say this is the textured one. I'll do it next, but I wanted to show you how much it lightens it, and you can control how much you put on it. So if you wanted more of this color, you would just put less of the chalk on it, or more if you want more. I was not expecting it to come in this little bag. Like, I thought it would just be like tons of loose chalk in there, but it did work. I don't think it's coming across on camera how nice it actually looks. I do need to add just a little bit more chalk right there, but like, say I turn it and fix it, you really do get that high-end look for not a lot of time. You can tell I clearly need to go back over it. So I'll finish those up, but I was super impressed, so I just wanted to stop for a moment, pause, and kind of show you how it's coming together.
like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can.
I still have one more to finish up, but I think that's gonna look perfect in here. I love that it's all the same color, and look how well it matches. Like, this is my Pottery Barn piece, and those are like my TJ Maxx pieces painted, and they all match it perfectly. So I can't wait to get that third one in here. I think it's gonna be perfect.
You can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless.
Here is another container I use to put, once again, small pumpkins in. I pick up these bags of pumpkins from like Ross and Home Goods and TJ Maxx, places like that, and you can normally get a really good deal on them. I didn't end up using them in this container. I switched it out later and moved them into the laundry room, and I love the container it's in now. But I put it in these two just so you can see options. You can put it in a bowl, you can put it in a jar, just whatever works best and you have on hand. So I'm feeling like I need a pumpkin down here, maybe right here. I have pumpkins that I save for like outdoor, but I think I'm gonna go grab like a white one and try it there and just see what we think. I think that's perfect there. I might need it for outside, so I might have to buy another one. I feel like I'm missing a whole fall tub. I could be crazy, but I feel like with every move, we at least lose one box or one tub. And I feel like I don't have all my pumpkins, but maybe I'll eventually find them. But for right now, this is good, and I can always pick one up if I need it for the front porch, which will be a separate video, so be on the lookout for that. I didn't end up touching up these vases or whatever you want to call them. They're a little bit darker, but I feel like they work in my kitchen. They still flow with the other pieces. If they were sitting right next to them, I feel like I would need to work on them, but since they're not, they're okay. No promises. I may touch them up later, but right now they're not bothering me. And then I finally found the perfect setup for this bowl, and it was just these 3 perfect sized pumpkins in them. All the little ones were just too much, and then you couldn't see like in it because they were like so low. So I feel like this worked out so well, and the pumpkins looked like they were made for it. But now I'm gonna go ahead and share with you clips throughout the whole house so you can see all the spaces we worked on and what they're looking like right now. Shocking, I know, but I already rearranged. It just looks better having the height over there and this one here. So I wanted to come back on now seeing like the textured versus like this is just with the baking soda, and I really do like this better. Like texture may be good on something else, but seeing it with the actual like chalk on it, these look way nicer than this. So I'm actually gonna flip these around where this isn't sticking out as big, but I just wanted to point that out. So if you guys do this project, I would do it without the texture, because I just feel like these look like higher end and just like nicer quality. Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. I've got some cleaning and decorating to do. Some of this is new, some of this I have just moved since I decorated my last video because it was driving me crazy. So we're just gonna go space by space. The first place we're gonna start is right here when you first walk in. At our last house, I used to decorate this area. It was like in our laundry room, but I wanna spice this up just a little bit for fall. I love decorating just little areas like this. I feel like it's fun. It doesn't take much. You still get that holiday vibe, whatever holiday you're decorating for. Plus, this is where we come in and out of our house, so it just brings that fall vibe in since we're not coming through the front door where like a lot of the decor is. We get to see it right here. I already feel like this is looking so much better. Like you just get that fall feeling, and since this is right where we come and go, I kind of wanted to decorate this space for the holidays. Obviously we have jackets there, it's cooling off here in Oklahoma, but it's a fall vibe anyways. I did get a cute little basket, so I'm gonna try it here because it might look cute. If not, I could do pillows. We'll try both of them and see what we think. So right here you can kind of see what the basket looks like. I also brought in these pillows. I didn't love the pillows at all, and those were like $35 a piece, so that was going to be $70 to decorate that little corner versus the just like $30 basket that actually has storage in it. I can keep all sorts of things in here like returns and all of that. So I went ahead and went with the basket, but now we're going to head on into the entryway so we can spruce this area up just a tad bit more. Now this is a slick rug, like it slides, and it's right here by our front door. So I just picked up these rug grippers. So I'm gonna figure out exactly where I want this and then put them on the four corners so I don't have to worry about it moving around and anybody like sliding, tripping, falling, any of that. I feel like this helped so much, helps it feel more like fall.
And there you are, your heart is signal fire, you never fall.
Definitely make sure you get your rug exactly where you want it before you tape it down. Not that you can't move it, but you really don't want to be peeling it up and down because I don't feel like it's going to stick as well. So make sure it's right where you need it. If your house is anything like mine, there's like no center or just tons of center. So I can center it with the table, I can center it with the hallway, I can center it with the door, but all of those are 3 different centers. So you just kind of have to mess around with it, see what works best and what functions best, like where people are actually walking, and then you can tape those corners down right there. These were really easy to use. Like one side says like on the floor and one says on the rug, so you know exactly where to stick it. So I stick it on the rug first so you know exactly where it's gonna be, and then I peel the other back off and then just stick it to the ground. Make sure you're keeping it pretty tight though so it's not loose once you're done. look at how this space turned out. I love that it's clean, but I love even more that it's decorated, because this is what you see when you come in our front door. This is what like our delivery men that come all day long see. So anyone that stops by, even if we're not here, they see this space. And so I always want it to look nice, and I definitely want it to look festive, but I'm like trying to go very like luxe this year and just like look high end with my decor pieces, and I feel like we pulled it off. I've never really had an entryway rug. If I did, it was at our last house, and I don't know that I had it long, so it feels nice just to have this long runner. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. But now we're gonna flip around to this side, which is less appealing at this point. Basically, I do have to decorate our guest bedroom. I'm gonna be going in there in a little bit. I just have not been happy with it. That's what I picked up those lamps for. But I wanna get this space cleaned up. Just like I said, if anyone stops by, they can like see through my entire house. We're kind of like a fishbowl. You can see us back there swimming. We do have a gate at the front, so only the people we want coming in come in. But if someone stops by, I definitely want this picked up. So I'm gonna do a real quick speed clean in here, get everything tidy, and then we'll be decorating the next space.
Stepping out, it's Friday night. How I'm longing for this day. Yes, I'm single, oh, we want to mingle, and my friends are on the way. You got that good, good vibe. I want to spend some time back here with you. Oh, whoa. I got that good old times. You want to spend some time back here with me. Oh, whoa. And time after time, I am wondering who is she to me. I'm gonna tell you right now, 'cause she's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without. Oh, that smile makes me tripping out. I wanna dance with you tonight. Yeah, you close to me, feeling good. I believe I gotta have you in my life. You got that good, good vibe. I want to spend some time back here with you. Oh, I got this good old times. You want to spend some time back here with me. Oh, and time after time, I am wondering who is she to me. I'm gonna tell you right now, 'cause she's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without. She's the one I'm thinking of. Hey, the only one I'm thinking of. Hey, she's everything I'm dreaming of. Hey, the one that I can live without. Can live without. Time after time after time, I'm wondering who is she to me. I'm gonna tell you right now, 'cause
It's amazing how sometimes you just need to take 10 minutes and power through it, and you can get so much done, like so much clutter or things that need to be put away. Maybe it's laundry, whatever it is, just like take 10 or 20 minutes and just power through it, and you're gonna feel so much better once it's done and you have like a clean space again.
the one that I can live without. The one that I can live without.
Now when I'm wanting my living room to look really clean, I will take the time and like fluff up all these cushions. I feel like I don't do it as often as I used to, but we also don't sit in here as often as we used to, like at the last house, because we always go to the movie room. But it is nice occasionally just to have it like all nice and like fluffy and just sitting up straight. I feel like it just makes the whole living room look clean, even if that's the only thing I touch.
The next dimension, let's just let our bodies be true.
Now let's go ahead and take that vacuum like handheld attachment. My boys like to jump up here, and I feel like there's always like grass or just different things from them laying on it. So it's just nice to grab this and vacuum it up real quickly. Since I had it out, I went ahead and just went around the whole sofa because it doesn't take long to do. Also, if you're new here, I had this brought to my attention. I always say my boys, and so people that are new here think I have like sons. They're actually my fur sons. So I have George, who is a golden doodle, and then I have Tiger, who is a little Yorkie. He's a silky, he looks like a Yorkie, but basically if you hear me say my boys, I mean my fur babies.
Let's live life without regrets. Girl, put your faith in me, even though we just met. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, pulse speed and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna pace it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. Make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can never know.
Let's pause and see a little status update. Things are looking so much better since those before clips. I got this whole area clean. The kitchen's all nice and tidy. I love just having like a clean open space in here. But now we're gonna head back to that guest bedroom and I'll show you what it's looking like and what we're gonna do. Before we head back there, I completely forgot to share these. I shared it over on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram and you wanna see more like up-to-date content, definitely go over there. I'll have the link down below in my description box. But I had been looking for canisters for months. Like even before we started building the house took like 8 months. We've been here probably 3 months. I finally gave up and I walked into Home Goods and found these for $12.99 each and I grabbed them. I love that they're like organic because this is like wood looking with black. I love the texture. Plus they fill the space more than my last ones. They're a lot taller. And a lot of you mentioned over on Instagram, they cover or hide my outlet. Everyone who said that, we can be best friends. So if you hadn't noticed those yet, I found them from Home Goods. Now bear with me, I've just been throwing stuff in here that I thought I might use. So this is kind of what it's looking like. And I'm just not sure about it. I mean, it is very organic, but I feel like we're missing the modern, and I really love the modern. And if you guys missed one of my videos, I end up moving the black fireplace in here. I feel like it just fits better. It's cozy for this space. But now I have all the black on this side of the room and then zero black over here. So that's why I picked up those lamps. I have not been loving these lamps. Like I looked high and low for like concrete lamps, and I just don't think I love the style. Like the shape of them, I'm just not a fan of. So I'm also not a fan of this color in here. So we're gonna switch a few things out. I'm gonna take these mirrors down. I still wanna get like an artwork, like piece or something for above the bed. I just haven't found it, and I'm trying not to rush into something. So this room won't be like 100% complete today, but we're gonna make this like so much better. So let's pull the pieces out that I don't like, put the pieces in that I found, and then I know like as I'm searching I'll find something for there, but I think we can still make this look a lot better than what it is right now.
Yes, I'm lost in the fun park now. Like a merry-go-round, your spiral going down, yeah. I've been racing you all through town. There's no limit to your speed, never ever time to beat, no. We just fired away without a second to ensure what we signed up for. I won't play it this way, no more. You'll be out the door.
This is like the last room in the house I'm really trying to figure out. Like, it's okay and it doesn't get used a lot, but I just feel like it can be so much better without spending like a ton of money. So I'm just trying to like shop my house. I'm trying to take out the pieces I don't like, maybe get a few new ones, but basically just get this room a little bit more my style. I took out all the pieces I don't like, which is so funny because I thought I would love those lamps. I also loved those mirrors in my last house. I just cannot find a spot in this house that I like them. It's not that I don't like the mirror, I just haven't found the spot for them. Okay, but I promise you, like, it keeps getting worse, but it's gonna get better. So now let's decorate the space.
Underneath my skin, no one's ever gonna win, so we might as well get in now. Still the fights always leave a thrill. I can imagine how I will. You go on, I know the drill.
Just a little tip, if you're wanting your room to look like bright, especially if you have like a lot of whites in the space and they can look dingy, make sure you're getting 5000 K daylight light bulbs. It's going to make it look so much cleaner and so much brighter. For me, I do it because I'm doing filming, but it's a very pretty like cool tone instead of your like yellow warm tone. So if you're ever looking at pictures and you're like, why isn't my house that bright, or what's the difference? Buy daylight 5000 K, and I promise you it's going to change the look of your entire house, and it's also going to look cleaner. Let's just take a moment and realize how much better that already looks. Like, so much better. All I did was pull out the stuff I didn't like. We've added these bigger lamps. I like the bigger round bases. I love the style. I love that it's starting to pull in the black to this side. I definitely want to get some type of art piece that has a little bit of black. Not a lot, but just to pull it up even more. But I still need to warm up this space. I'm not sold on these first 3 pillows now, but I'm going to get all the other blankets on there and stuff and see what it looks like.
Try to get up, you're dragging me down. Better back off. Turn it around. Try to get up, you're dragging me down. Better back off, I'll turn it around.
I really felt like I needed greenery on this side, but these branches were just too big. Like, this bed itself is put on like a smaller wall because it like the door comes in a little bit right there, so otherwise I think it would be beautiful if it wasn't hitting the wall. I have greenery on the other side. I just need to find a way to balance it. I just haven't found the right piece yet, but now I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum it. Just another little perk about this vacuum, it's so thin, like it went all the way underneath the bed. You can watch me here. I was like, holy cow, I can vacuum underneath this bed. So if all the other features didn't sell you, that one might sell you right there.
I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me, 'cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free. I am made to be free.
Okay, I think I am gonna throw this in this closet over here. I opened it up to see what was in here. I'll show you my dirty little secret. My sister came in, so I threw like all this stuff in here that I was getting rid of, and this is what's left. Chase's mom's actually having a garage sale soon, so I'll probably throw it in there, but that way I could just always throw stuff in here, and then when I got full I could take it. But I think it'll look nice when you open this up. It'll have like jackets, and then the cute little bin. And then like if company comes over, they can always check it to see if they want any of those pieces. I feel like I'm still in that like honeymoon stage in this house where I'm trying to figure out all my routines. I have a lot of them down. Like I have my laundry routine figured out. I have a lot of my cleaning routines figured out. I'm still trying to figure out where certain pieces go, like maybe donations, kind of like this. Do they need to stay in here? Do they need to go out into the garage? And I have like cabinets in our movie room and cabinets in our living room, and I'm trying to figure out which pieces need to go where. Plus we also have a lot of storage in our laundry, like utility room. So I'm trying to just figure out what works best with function and flow. So it's just taking me a little bit of time, but we are going to get it figured out. I think donations right here in the front may be the perfect spot. I know I keep saying this, but it is so much better. So I still have storage up there. Up here, I keep things like scarves, gloves. It's mainly like winter items because this is where we keep some of our like thicker jackets. I always put extra hangers in here, so if anyone wants to hang their coat, I don't feel like anybody ever comes in my house and like opens up a closet and hangs up their coat, but it's nice to have. And then that way, if they do want to set their purse down or throw something on it, they can. I can also tell them if they want to go through it. There's freebies in there, but this is one of those closets I could actually take that door off and it looks really nice. This side isn't as nice, just so you guys want to know. It's more like Savannah stuff. And then I keep like a really tall step stool in here so I can reach things throughout my house. Oh, I'm so sorry, that was squeaky. If you have a dog, give them my apologies, but that space definitely looks better, and I really like that basket in there. And I like that it has a lid, so if it's something I don't touch for a while, it's at least closed off and I don't feel like it can get dusty or buggy or anything like that, since it's gonna be in a closet with the door shut. Another thing I wanted to switch out because I had been tidying up when I was working on the kitchen earlier, I've been picking up like nicer soap dispensers, and I feel like they upgrade the space so much. And like this one was $7.99. I feel like it looks nicer, it looks higher end, it's not a lot of money. So if you haven't like upgraded your soap dispensers, and I know if you have them like in kids' bathrooms and stuff, sometimes it's just easier to keep the ones you can throw away. But like in your powder bathrooms or guest bathrooms, try switching it out, and it really does make the space feel a lot nicer. Okay, you guys did it. Thank you so much. If you made it to the end of today's video, definitely let me know down below in the comments section. But my next video will be Christmas related. It's probably gonna be my like Christmas shopping haul, and then I'll be decorating next. I'm so excited for all the content. So if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed so you can get inspired and get ideas for decorating for your Christmas. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.